Right, hi guys. Uh, Hopefully this will work okay. Doing exercise 8F, question 4. The question says consider x plus b, that's our binomial, to the power of 7. Now the b presumably is a constant, it's some constant number, right? The x is our variable. So it says write down the general term of the expansion. I'm on page 219 here. All right, so what they mean is um, write down your general term formula, TR plus 1. In class, I've been giving you a different formula that's almost the same formula. I've been saying if you have to expand a plus b to the power of n, you can do that. You can write that as a sum of n choose, I'll use the letter r. I think I've been using the letter k. A to the power of n minus r times b to the power of r, right? The difference with the general term formula is it gives you any one particular term as opposed to a sum of all of the terms, right? So now because r starts at 0, to get to our first term, we need this r plus 1, right? Okay. We've got power of 7, right? This means the n is 7, which will go into the formula in a minute. That will give us 8 terms, right? Because we'll be starting where r equals 0 for our first one. Right. So let's write it out. All right. Now, normally it would be n choose r here, but I know what my n is. It's 7. Okay? Now, the first thing I'm expanding in this binomial is x. So it's times x, n minus r. I know what the n is. I don't know what the r is. It could be any number from 0 through to 7. N minus r. Then I'm going to multiply by b, and that will be r. So that is what they mean when they say write out the general term. Okay? Then part B of the question says find b given that the coefficient of x4 is minus 280. So they're telling me the coefficient of x to the power of 4 term is minus 280. Okay? That'll be the fourth term, I think, because you start expanding. Your r will be 0 initially. So you'll be plugging 0 in, you'll get x to the 7. That's the first term. Then you go to r equals 1. 7 minus r, you'll have x to the 6. That'll be a second term. Right? Your third term will be x to the 5. Your fourth term will be x to the 4. Right? But what you could do is explain this on paper. I could say, therefore, x to the 4 has to equal x 7 minus r. Right? If I'm trying to zero in on the x to the power of 4 term, right, I've got my general term formula. X to the power of 7 minus r will have to be x to the 4. So what's r? Right. R has to equal 3. Right. So it follows r equals 3. Now, I said it was the fourth term. Is that right? Let's find out. Therefore, going back to my general term formula, r is 3. 3 plus 1. See, now that's the fourth term. Right? R plus 1, r plus 1. Right? I've got 7 choose 3. I've got x to the 4 like I was wanting. And then over here I've got b, which I don't know what it is yet. some number to the power of 3. Okay? I'm not sure if I'll fit this on the board. I think I will. I might end up going over here. It looks like the video will be able to see that. Now I'm interested to know what 7 choose 3 is. Right, that's some number. I know all of this has to equal minus 280. Okay? At the moment, I'm thinking, let's just ignore the x to the 4. We've got to think about this number here, 7 choose 3, that's some number, and b cubed, that's some number. That times that has to equal 280, right? So I'm going to go to my calculator and find out what 7 choose 3 is. I press math. You can see it, math. Then I go over to prob. Enter. And then I start again. Math. Prob. All right, I go down to n choose r. And I had 7 choose 3, which was 35. If you can hopefully see that. All right. So this number here is 35. Right, let's write that in. 35 times x to the 4, which I don't really care about. I just need to find b, times b cubed equals minus 280. I'm going to go over here. Hopefully you can still see the working. Right. So what this means is that b cubed will have to equal minus 280 divided by 35. Right. Oh. So that's 8. Let's get your calculator. Minus 280 divided by 35 minus 8. Okay. So b cubed is minus 8. How do you find what b is? B has to equal minus 2 because you need to do the cube root of minus 8. If you weren't sure, maybe the quickest way to do it would be put your minus 8 in. Minus 8. Instead of looking for the cube root button, it is in there. I'm just going to raise it to the power of 1/3. Like that. Press enter. There's my answer, minus 2. So what I'm doing is I'm cube rooting both sides. Okay? To find, because I've got b cubed. I don't want b cubed, I just want b. I've got to cube root the b cubed to get back to b. And now I'm finished. All right? So I found b, and that's the end of the question. All right. Thanks, guys.